My brother Butch, how you doing, man?
Yeah, done fine.
Man, we got to be the only brothers in the world. Don't see each other, but every blue moon, but love each other just as much as we did the last time. All right,
Yeah.
that's got to be some magic. Well, what's your life like now? Tell me what your life's like now. Are you happy?
Well, just happy as I can be. Retired and just work now like I want to.
If you had it to do all over again, would you do anything differently?
Yes, I would. I would come up in front of the class and lead the little girls along, pigtails along in the back. And I would be piloting one of these planes going across the sky every day.
Now, I have never heard it put that way again. Say that again for me. What would you do differently? Come on, because I want the young people to hear that one.
But
Say it again.
the other boys know to be back there pulling their little girls' pigtails, not paying attention to the instructor. And sometimes that class get away from you.
Well, I'll be darned. Now, that's well put. I'm telling you the truth. Look here, man. History is a monster. And, you know, you and I was born back there in 38 and 40 when we had our places and everything. How do you see America different, if you see it differently, today than it was back there when you and I came along in the state of Alabama?
Well, you got a few opportunities that you can pursue, and then some, whether you pursue or not, you know, it's just a thing that is you ain't gonna get it, you know. But it is much better, you know, much better. You know, you don't have to go in the back of the bus station, you know. You don't have to sit in the back of the bus. You know, if you got the money, you can sit up front, you know, if you want to. But things have changed, but it's still there in the air, you know. Prejudice and hatred and everything else, you know. But just got to deal with it, you know. Just got to deal with it.
When you say deal with it, how do you deal with it?
Well, you just stay out of the harm's way, you know. If you see something, you try to pursue it, you know. And if you can't get that, you have to sell for something a little less, you know. And you know, good babies don't cry. You just keep on going, you know.
And you love children, man. You birth what, 2, and you raised a dozen, I bet you.
I
What
would say so.
motivates you to do that?
Well, like I say, kids are just innocent, you know. They're not responsible. All kids want to do is be loved, you know. Just be loved, and you know, like I say, you have to love them, and that help a kid in their life, you know. They help a kid in their life.
How does it make you feel when you pour into a child, and that child go about their business, does good, and then come back and tell you, Mr. Frazier, thank you?
Well, it make me feel awfully good, you know, because you take really what helped me, the Little League, you know, dealing with kids, and you know, just a thing you hate to say, but we was the only male image in their life, you know, and it just make you feel good, you know. You see you on the street, although they call me the old man, you know, but it still doesn't make me mad. But and some turn out to be a good citizen. We had some went to professional sports. We had some went in the CEO position. They had you know, a lot of them just went out in the world and did good, you know. Yeah.
Now, do I hear you saying that it's our duty and responsibility as men to mentor and be there for our children?
Oh yeah, you got to. You got to. You just can't, you know, you just can't lay down and get them and let them go. Let them bring themselves up, you know. It need that man image. You need the man image. Yeah.
How do you think we missed the ball, man? Why are so many of us making babies and being their daddy, but not really struggling and being there to be their father?
Well, I really don't know. You take the economy had something to do with it. Like I say, a lot of the young people couldn't get jobs, you know, and that kind of put a little hate in them or something, you know, and it's a bad thing if you got a kid laying down there crying for food and you ain't got nothing to give him, you know. Yeah. It makes a difference. And I think they kind of turned hard on that, you know. But and then some wasn't gonna do no good no way, you know. Some wasn't gonna do any good anyway. But it's just one of them things, you know. It's a difference from just birthing a baby and being a father, you know. It makes a difference. Because the kid can't help himself, you know. You got to help him. You got to stay there, teach him, you know, and all that, you know.
You know, you and my father died when we were very young. I think I was about 10, so you wouldn't have been no more than about 8. And then our mother, you know, came up and passed away when we were just 1 year older. We could have used that excuse, man, not to ever do anything or try to be anybody. But we didn't. We overcame. Our grandmother and grandfather and Auntie Sadie stepped in. And we didn't look back. We just kept on believing that we were somebody and we could do something. Why did you just clock out at that point and say, hey, there's no sense in me trying to do nothing because God don't like me or something?
I don't know. It's just one of them things, you know, it's just a blessing to have a good mind, you know, and I had a good mind to have something, you know, and I just went by it, you know, the best way I could, you know, and I knew I wasn't no college material. I knew I wasn't, you know, wasn't no sense in wasting instructor time and my time, so I just got a trade, something I knew that I could do and take care of the family, you know, and no, you can't just sit down and wait for opportunity to come there because it ain't coming. It might pass on by the house and go down the street, you know. But it's just something that you have in your mind to do. You have in your mind to do. And just like I said once and I say again, it's a blessing to have a good mind, you know.